I don't know when it happened. I know afterwards, we got a message that she had something going on with her leg, and that they were getting an MRI, and then we got the word yesterday. Our missed opportunities at the rim. So it's a lot of little things, and when you're talking about possession ball games, every possession matters, and we've been sloppy in some areas that we need to shore up.
The WNBA just lost their golden goose, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. Caitlyn Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks with a left quadricep strain, the first time she's ever missed a non-preseason game since her sophomore year in college. Caitlyn Clark will miss at least the next 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The Fever are currently 2-2 on the year. Clark has started all 4 games so far and is averaging at 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 boards per game. The Fever said more updates will be provided after doctors reevaluate her. But here's what's really infuriating. This injury might be connected to a preseason quad tightness that was never properly addressed. Was Clark playing hurt this whole time while getting hammered by dirty players and ignored by corrupt referees? The timing couldn't be worse, and the league is already in full panic mode. Let's wish Caitlyn a speedy recovery by commenting, "Get well soon." CC down in the comments below. Let's go. Was Caitlyn Clark playing on a damaged leg this entire time while everyone looked the other way? The evidence is starting to pile up, and it's absolutely maddening. During that Liberty game on May 24th, something wasn't right with Clark from the start. Her shots were falling short all game long, missing that explosive power we're used to seeing from her deep-range attempts. But here's what really should have raised red flags. Video footage caught Clark using a heat pack on her leg during the actual game. You don't need a medical degree to know that means she was already dealing with pain. Coach Stephanie White admitted after the MRI results came back that she wasn't even sure exactly when Clark got injured. Think about that for a second. The team only found out something was seriously wrong when they got a message after the game. White said, "I'm glad that she did because we need to nip this in the bud," referring to Clark finally speaking up about her discomfort. That tells you everything you need to know about how Clark was hiding her pain. Let's be real about what happened here. This wasn't some freak accident during the Liberty game. Clark missed the Fever's preseason opener because of a left quad tightness. Now she's got another quad injury in the exact same leg. The team keeps saying this new injury is separate from the preseason issue, but come on. When the same muscle group fails twice in the same season, that's not coincidence. That's a pattern. Here's what makes this whole situation even more infuriating. Clark has been getting hammered by physical play for 2 straight years through her rookie season until the first few games of this year. Defenders have been allowed to grab her, bump her off screens, and deliver hard fouls with minimal consequences from referees. Every game, she's absorbing contact that would get flagged for other players. The targeting has been obvious, and the officials have done nothing to protect their biggest. White's comment about great players hiding injuries hits the nail on the head. Clark felt pressure to keep playing through whatever discomfort she was experiencing. She probably thought she could push through it like she has everything else, but this time, her body said no. The terrifying reality is that Clark has been playing hurt while getting pounded by defenders who knew the refs wouldn't protect her. This injury was completely preventable. Proper rest after the preseason strain, better officiating to stop the targeting, and medical staff recognizing the warning signs could have avoided this disaster. Instead, everyone looked the other way, while the league's most important player's body broke down. Now, the WNBA faces their worst nightmare, and their immediate panic response shows just how much they depend on one person. Within hours of the injury announcement, the WNBA's worst nightmare became reality. League executives who had been riding high on Clark's popularity suddenly faced the terrifying prospect of empty arenas and plummeting ratings. The panic was immediate and visible. Teams that had gambled big on Clark's drawing power were now staring at potential financial disasters.
Big-time shots. How good did it feel to hit that three, and how can you all keep it going to close this game out?
Yeah, I think just staying confident in myself, keep shooting, keep battling. We're playing great defense now, so that's what's going to lead us to the win, so we just got to keep doing that.
Thanks, Caitlyn.
Yeah, thank you.
The Washington Mystics had already moved their upcoming game against the Fever to a larger venue in Baltimore, banking on the massive crowds that follow Clark everywhere she goes. Now they're dealing with refund requests from fans who bought tickets specifically to see the player sensation. The financial scramble happening behind closed doors shows just how dependent they've become on Clark's star power. But while league executives panic about their bottom line, something even more disgusting was happening online as news of the injury spread. While real basketball fans felt heartbroken, some corners of social media threw a party. The announcement of Caitlyn Clark's injury immediately triggered a wave of disgusting celebration posts, particularly from Angel Reese fans and Chicago Sky supporters. These people were actually celebrating that a 23-year-old player got hurt? Let that sink in for a minute. The toxic reactions flooding social media expose something rotten in women's basketball. Posts celebrating Clark's injury spread across Twitter and Instagram, with users expressing glee that the league's biggest star was sidelined. Some fans openly admitted they were happy Clark couldn't play against their favorite teams. Others made jokes about the injury and suggested Clark was faking it for attention. The level of hatred directed at one player was absolutely shocking. This behavior connects directly to the season-long pattern of targeting Clark faced on the court. Players have been allowed to grab her, bump her off screens, and deliver hard fouls without consequences. The officials looked the other way, while defenders took cheap shots. Now they're toxic. Fan base is celebrating the inevitable result of that targeting. You can draw a straight line from the dirty play to the online celebration. The WNBA's failure to protect Clark enabled this poisonous environment to flourish. When the league allows physical targeting without punishment, it sends a message that Clark is fair game. When fans see their favorite players getting away with cheap shots, they feel justified in celebrating when those tactics finally work. The corrupt officiating created a culture where hurting Clark became acceptable. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's complete failure to address the targeting represents leadership at its worst. She never made strong public statements defending her biggest star. She never addressed the obvious pattern of dirty play. Her silence gave everyone permission to treat Clark like a target instead of protecting the player, bringing unprecedented attention to the league. The inconsistent foul calls throughout Clark's rookie season, which extended to this year, tells the whole story. Players could grab her jersey, bump her off screens, and deliver hard contact with minimal consequences. Meanwhile, Clark got called for the smallest infractions. The referees created an environment where defenders knew they could get away with physical play against her. The league that allowed bullies to injure their golden goose deserves every consequence coming their way, she said. It's making sure that we address this in a way that doesn't affect long-term, that we take care of it. Don't overpush. Don't overexert. Making sure that we take the long game approach. This forced break might actually help Clark's development and prevent bigger issues down the road. Now they'll watch ratings crash and revenue disappear as empty arenas remind them what happens when you fail to protect your golden goose. But here's what gives me hope. Clark will return stronger after proper rest and learning the game from the sideline. She's never missed games before, so this forced break might actually help her long-term development. When she comes back, she'll be hungrier than ever. The Fever will be battle-tested from surviving without her, making them a more complete team for the playoff push ahead. Let's wish Caitlyn a speedy recovery by commenting. Get well soon. CC down in the comments below. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.